to spring the trap on cheaters.
War of the Roses
on KDWB.
There's certain cliches when somebody is cheating. They smell like somebody else's cologne, or they smell like somebody else's perfume, or they've got a hickey, or you find an earring in their bed, or you find a hotel key card in their pocket, or a condom in their jacket. This one is one of those cliches, but it's legit. Good morning, Curtis.
Good morning. How's it going?
Tell us what happened. You are engaged to, what's your fiance's name?
Madison.
So you and Madison been together for a while, and you would never think that Madison would be the kind to, like, mess around or cheat or hook up with somebody else. That's
no,
not.
I wouldn't have got engaged if I did,
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, but you found one of those cliche signs of cheating.
I did.
What did you find?
I actually found, I was like, getting a piece of Dentyne out of her purse, and I found a hotel key card for a Marriott in her purse, and we haven't gone to a Marriott or anything. So I was just like, what? I was, it's very unlike her, I have to say. I was shocked. So I asked her, I was like, hey, where did this hotel card come from? And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, what do you mean you don't know? How do you not know? How do you not know where the hotel card came from? You don't stay at a hotel all that often. And she just looked at me and she was like kind of shocked. She was like, I don't know. And I don't know. I don't know how you don't know. It's very suspicious, but it's just very unlike her,
I was watching a Dateline episode one time, and somebody got accused of something. It's like, wait, why is this here? Why do you have a bloody glove in your, in your closet? And they said something like, when they're guilty, they'll make up an excuse. They'll be like, oh, man, yeah, I cut myself gardening, and I put the glove in there, and I was going to get it later. But they said when they're innocent, they will literally go, I don't know. I don't know how that cocaine got in my pocket.
Yeah, well, you see, that's the thing. It sounded like she was telling the truth. Like, she definitely sounded like she was being honest. I just tried to rack my brain, and like how did it get in there? Like, how do you just have a hotel key card?
Do you remember? I don't know how long, Curtis, you've listened to the show, but there's a story that I've told a million times that Susan was cleaning the guest room and she found a gay male brochure in the guest room, and it said something like, "Are you a gay male but you're married and you don't know what to do?" And so I came home one night and she was shaking. Like, one afternoon from work, she was shaking. She's like, I found this in the guest room, and I looked at it, and at first I thought it was like an AIDS brochure, like, are you afraid you have AIDS? And I looked at it like, what? And then she's like, look at it again. And then I realized it was a brochure that was for gay men that were married and were secretly gay. And I told her, I said, I don't know how it got there, but I can guarantee you there is a logical explanation. We asked the cleaning lady. She didn't know. I asked my daughter, Beth, and she didn't know. And she joked, is there something you're not telling me, Dad?
Yeah.
And it finally turned out my nephew had gone to Sex World and found this, and he claims he did it as a joke.
Yeah.
Which is a terrible joke.
That is.
I honestly think that his buddy might have picked it up.
Yeah.
My nephew, I don't think he's gay. He's, married and got kids, but, you never know. So anyway, I told my wife there's a logical explanation. So your partner, fiance, Madison, says, I don't care what you think, Curtis. I didn't put it there. This hotel room key, there's a logical explanation, right?
Yeah, I would love to know what that explanation is, though. I would love for her to enlighten me.
Well, let's think about it. When I leave a hotel room, I always carry the key with me. I always put it in my back pocket when I check out, because I'll forgot my jacket, or I forgot my, toothbrush or whatever. So I always have it. So when I go back, I don't have to go to the front desk. But if she did have a Marriott key in her purse, she would have said, oh, that's because I was at the Marriott last September for a wedding. But she doesn't give you anything like that.
Yeah, no, nothing. So, if she said that, that would be like, I would have been like, oh, okay. And I probably would have just believed her. But it was the I don't know that would got me like, what do you mean you don't know?
Right.
So.
Well, and again, you know what? I really hope that she's not cheating, because if you're engaged and you are totally not suspecting anything, this would be totally blindsided. So we are going to call. If you still want us to, we can call her and say, hey, you win a couple's date. Who do you want to go on a couple's date with? And what are your options this week? Are you doing axe throwing, painting? What are you doing?
Well, it is summer, so I'm going to do a little kayaking. I am going to do, I don't know, maybe should I do like a distillery tasting maybe? That's something different.
Sure, yeah.
What else would sound fancy? You said axe throwing. It's kind of indoors. Is there something outside?
Golf outing.
Golfing. Yeah, great.
Golf lessons.
Yep. Love that. Okay.
So we'll call. We'll say, hey, you won this. Who do you want to go along with? And we need the name of, the partner she wants to go along with. Hopefully she'll say you, Curtis. You don't have in the mind of, there's nobody else. There's no ex-boyfriend. There's no ex. There's no baby daddy, anything like that.
Not that I know of.
Wouldn't that be surprising? I'd like to go with our child and my ex, Rodney.
I mean, that's hilarious, right? That your fiancé would do that.
God, you know what, Fallon? I'll bet you. We've talked about this before. What did you find out about somebody after you started dating, after you moved in, after you married them, after you got engaged? All right, Curtis, stay there. I think you're probably okay. There's something that tells me that you're okay.
The fact that there's no other signs, like usually there are multiple red flags, and that's what triggers someone. I think that you've never felt this before, and this is just weird. That feels promising to me.
I hope you guys are right.
Well, let's hope so. We'll find out next when we make the phone call.
Back to Dave Ryan's War of the Roses on KDWB.
Kind of give you a little reset what happened on War of the Roses. He's engaged to somebody, and he was looking for Dentyne gum in her purse. I don't know why Dentyne. I didn't even know that thing was still around anymore.
I didn't either. I thought Orbit was the spot for gum these days, So he's looking, he finds a hotel key card in her purse. And, well, that is the most cliche thing ever. So he's like, well, hey, why do you have a hotel key card in your purse? And she's like, what? Let me see it. And she looks at it and she's like, I don't know. And her reaction was genuine, like, I really don't know why it was there. Instead of like, it's been there for 15 years. I don't know, you put it there. She really acted like she didn't know. So she's like, I don't know what it is. But he doesn't believe her completely, so he wants us to call her and set a trap by saying, hey, you've won a couple's night out. Who do you want to go with? And that's when we're set the trap, and hopefully she will pick him. Let's make the phone call on War of the Roses on KDWB. We have 3 really great couples outings to choose from as just a way of saying thank you for taking time out of your day and participating in this very needed and appreciated survey. So the first option would be for you and a partner to take a golf lesson together. We would set that all up. The second option is a distillery tasting. And your final one is a kayaking adventure for you and a +1. Do any of those sound like a fun adventure you'd want to be a part of?
Yeah, the distillery tasting sounds really awesome, actually. That would be amazing.
Okay, perfect. What we'll do is we have your name on the reservation because we already have your information. We would like to add your +1's name so we can send out some information just to make sure they're 21 and older, all of those details. So who would you like to take with you as your +1?
So I'm gonna bring my fiancé. His name is Curtis.
Perfect. Wow. That's the good news. And here's where everything gets a little bit convoluted. Madison, this is a trap. There's no distillery tour tasting. It's all a trap. Do you have any idea why? First of all, let me explain. My name is Dave Ryan, and that is Fallon, and we do the morning show over at KDWB Radio. And we called to set a trap to see who you would go on this distillery tour with, and you chose Curtis.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason we called you, because Curtis put us up to making this phone call. Matter of fact, guess who's listening in on the phone call right now?
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Hey.
Do you like surprises? Everybody says they like surprises. Do you like surprises?
Yeah, I guess this is a little different than what I had in mind when I say I like surprises, but what
No, what is a great question? Seriously, what
Yeah.
is a great question? So I'm going to kind of let Curtis explain this one. Curtis was a little bit suspicious that you might be interested in somebody else or seeing somebody. Curtis, you already know this. This is not a surprise to you. Curtis, tell Madison why you are setting this little trap for her.
Well, it was a Marriott card. I still, I still could not figure out where that could possibly come from. I know that you said you didn't know, but how do you not know? It's a hotel key card. You don't go to hotels a lot, and I love you so much. You know that I love you, and you know that I trust you, and I really do believe you, but it's just like I cannot make logical sense of it in my head. And I really, I thought that maybe there could possibly be somebody else. So this way I would know, if it's another person, then it wasn't me to go on this little, outing with. And it would have been, I would have given me an answer that I would have hated. But, at least I would have known. But you did pick me, so that's good. But I still just don't know where the key card came from.
I think that's the thing. And he summed it up well. We're so puzzled, like, where could a key card come from? They don't just appear in your purse. It's not like you had it open at a bar somewhere and somebody knocked it off a table. But you're also not trying to make a lie. Because, see, I would have lied about it. Yeah. I would have said, oh, yeah, you know what? Oh, you found a condom? Yeah, I'm holding on to it for Fallon.
What? Why throw me under the bus?
I'd say Drake. I'd say, Drake was being silly and he gave me a condom as a joke.
LOL.
See, but you didn't try to make an excuse, but you still don't know where the card key came from.
I truly, genuinely have no idea. Like, Curtis, we've gone over this over and over again, and I've thought about it over and over, and I've been racking my brain because, like you said, I don't go to hotels very often. I wouldn't have just held on to one from a long time ago. I don't know where it came from, and I haven't been able to think of anything except that maybe someone in our friend group could have put it in my purse because they don't like me and they thought it would be funny. I get the vibe that some people maybe don't like me that much, and it seems crazy, but it's the only thing I can think of.
Okay, so, I guess if you have a large friend group, there might be somebody in your friend group that's like, I don't like her, whatever. But what a crappy thing to do is like, you know what, if they don't like you, just don't talk to you. Or just be cordial, but don't try to screw up. That's not a joke. I did that to Pat Eberts as a joke.
I was going to say, you did something similar.
And that's where I learned never to do that. I put a condom in my friend's briefcase, and his wife found it. And he's like, Dave did it. I know Dave did it. She's like, yeah, sure, right. And I said, do you want me to call her and tell her it was me? He's like, no, she doesn't want to hear from you.
You've done enough.
Yeah, I've done enough.
Mm-hmm.
So you think it might have been... Go ahead.
Well, and now, I'm thinking about it. We just went to a brewery with a big group of friends. We were just at a brewery. So maybe someone could have slipped something in my purse when I went to the bathroom. It's the only thing I can think of.
That would be really awful if somebody did that. That really would be the only explanation I can think of. But I can't even think of, who would be so terrible, But I do believe you. I just wish I knew who or what or how.
All right, I'm gonna just ask everybody in the room, where is your BS meter right now? My BS meter is at a 0.5. I think she's telling the truth.
Me too. I do too.
0.5 BS meter?
Sure. I guess there has to be some percentage. It doesn't matter at the end of the day as long as Curtis believes her. But I don't get the vibe that she's being. Some people were like, I swear to God, it wasn't my underwear and that, in their mouth. So.
Where is your BS meter? Send me a text at KDWB1, 10 being absolute BS and 0 being she's 100% honest. Hey, I've kept you guys long enough. It sounds like everything's okay.